What are all the services available for customers through DTP? What are all the jobs that one can find in a DTP field? What is DTP Business basically? This series is a complete insight into DTP World in India. Namaskara. Hello to everyone. Welcome to Sri CHANDANASIRI Productions. This is DTP DARSHANA. You get an information and we make a promotion. DTP. Its expansion is desktop publishing. Technically, DTP means creating a document using a software on a computer and then publishing the same through print media. And now we are also publishing through online media instead of printing. Some examples for DTP are magazines, journals, novels, etc. Examples for online DTP are PowerPoint presentations, a website, a blog, etc. But for a layman in India, DTP means typing some matter on computer, formatting and aligning the same and taking printout. Also creating and designing some images through software and printing the same. This will also be identified as DTP. Examples are a project report, a bill book, a banner, a poster, etc. Today, DTP basically requires three essential components. First one is a computer. This is where our DTP work starts. We begin to type something, format the text, make alignments, add some images, work on the images, that is designing if required. Finally, make a proper layout of all this. Internet. This is the second important component required for DTP work because you may need some or other thing, any kind of information to be added, any images to be inserted, any help tips which you may require while you are in the middle of DTP work. You will get all these things online, and hence Internet acts as a crucial intermediate element. Printer. This is the last aspect in DTP business because after you complete all your work, the final finishing product which you give it to customer is usually through print media only. The first two elements, that is computer, typing, designing and internet, are out of scope of this video series. We will concentrate mainly on the last element, that is printing and finishing, which is often neglected because this is where the business aspect comes into picture. If you are a customer, you might be searching for a printing and finishing service. And if you are an aspiring self-employee wanting to set up a business, then printing and finishing is what gives you ample scope to make money. Printing is basically a fundamental finishing element in DTP business. Likewise, there are secondary finishing that are also required like cutting, binding, lamination, etc. We have already started Print Prapancha series for exploring the print world. That series is completely dedicated to printers, types of printers, maintenance of printers, etc. You can check out that series. In this series, we will explore other finishing services in DTP business. That's why we call this series as DTP Darshana. If you are a customer, we are promoting the DTP services available in market, and if you want to run a business in DTP field, you will get an information about this. A win-win situation for both the parties, and we are only trying to provide a balanced, transparent and honest bridge between both so that both are equally benefited. To understand all these things in an even better and comprehensive way, we can go one step backward and call this DTP business as computer service business. As you can see, I have divided this computer service business into 7 main categories by pooling whatever business ideas that came to my mind. The first 3 categories on the top come under primary DTP or computer service. The bottom 4 categories are secondary or extended computer service. Depending on your skill set, interest, investment, resources and other factors, you can choose between these 7 categories. Now let's begin with the first one. Print and stationery. You can open a shop by keeping a photocopy machine and even a computer, which is essential these days. You can provide color and black and white prints and photocopying facilities, Xerox as popularly known in India. You will even need to scan documents and email them. So you will definitely need a computer and internet connection also. Further, you can sell some basic stationery items like books, pens, files, etc. This business can be run by a semi skilled or even an unskilled person in any volume, either small, medium, or large scale based on your scope. You can first start it in a small shop and then make gradual improvements, enhancements over the years. For example, if a person has completed 10th or 12th standard and if he or she is seriously interested in business, then instead of waiting till graduation and searching private or government jobs, you can start with a small shop by keeping a computer, a black and white photocopy print machine, a small inkjet color printer, and few very essential stationery items. All these arranged neatly in a small but sufficiently spacious shop located in a semi busy place. You can run this business and at the same time you can pursue your higher education and prepare for competitive exams parallelly. Then in future you can decide whether you want to upgrade or continue this business or sell it, rent it or donate it to people who are in need at that point. Unemployment problems in India can be eradicated using such ideas. Just in printing itself, you can explore black and white bulk printing, color printing on various media like boards, PVC sheets, textile, offset printing, flex banners, etc. Printing is primary service in this business, but then you can enhance it by providing typing and designing services, which they popularly call it as DTP work. When it comes to typing, you can do simple formatting and page setup to type letters, quotations, bills, etc. Project typing using MS Word, Excel, PowerPoint it is also under demand and this also comes under DTP World. Graphic designing using CorelDRAW, Adobe Photoshop. With this, you can design logos, pamphlets, banners, visiting cards, posters, etc. Extensive computer work like AutoCAD drawing, basic accounting using Tally software, web designing, advanced Excel with macros. These can provide various business opportunities without investing on additional machines but only utilizing your skills and dedicating your time and efforts. If you are keen and focused, you can learn all these through online itself. There are various tutorials for this. You can upgrade your business further by including cutting, folding, creasing, perforations, etc. You will have to invest on additional equipment for this. There are manual machines, there are automatic or high power driven machines also. So it depends on condition of your business. If you can't give this finishing service directly, you can even outsource and get it done from third parties like many people do. In lamination services, there are hot and cold laminations, thick pouch lamination and also thin lamination using foils or rolls. We can understand more about all these in future videos of this series. Gluing and binding is another kind of finishing service. After printing on sheets, you may sometimes need to bind those together. And there are various kinds of binding like using staples, spiral binding, viro binding, hard binding, thermal binding, perfect binding, etc. We will look at all these things also in detail as we move on with this series. Now we will come to the bottom half of computer service business. From here on, you will require a completely different kind of skill sets, mindset, interest, and the way you handle resources. These are bigger business fields on their own. Computer education. Here, you can teach computer through physical classrooms as well as online classes. Job training can also be provided. You can teach everything starting from computer basics to hardware, networking, and even accounting and programming languages. To excel in this field, you will definitely need teaching skills besides knowledge and expertise on the subject. Online services. In this area, you will not require any teaching skills, but you should be good at expressing and utilizing your skills spontaneously. I have termed something called aided internet service, which is very essential these days. That is, customers depending on you to provide an internet service. Because most of the work today depend on online, and people search for internet centers to get their job done. Whether applying for a government job, applying for a ration card, PAN card, passport, to claim PF, to apply for a government tender, whatever it is, for everything there is a website and you will have to apply through online. Hence, there is a huge demand for this online service or what I call aided internet. At one time, even unaided internet service was in demand before the boom of mobile network and these 3G, 4G, 5G. As you can remember, people in late 90s and early mid 2000s, they were visiting cyber centers or internet cafe for browsing, chatting, emailing, printing, but this has declined today drastically. But still, handful people visit internet centers for some emergencies and some professional work. Travels is another business which depends on internet online service. You can book train tickets, flight tickets, you can even pay electric bills, water bills, you can even arrange tour packages and many such online service. This can alone provide an ample business opportunity. Computer sales and service. This is another completely different field of business. Here you can sell PCs, that is desktops and laptops, also other accessories. This is a proper legitimate business. There is still enough demand for desktops, at least for gaming purpose, and of course laptops for professional work. There is also scope for after sales service when it comes to desktops, laptops and other accessories. You can have a physical shop for this or you can even do it through on-site. You can even carry out software installation and networking. There is demand for all these things, especially with organizations and corporates. Example, educational institutions, hospitals, companies, they all require computer, internet, printing, CCTV camera installation, and other related facilities. Now, to the last section under this, photo studio and sound video editing. These are advanced and dedicated work using computer. Besides, you will also need creative ideas to get into this field. Even with a simple photo studio or lab, you will require basic knowledge or idea of camera handling, camera angles, lighting, shading, and then processing and printing the captured images. You will need to have computer skills to some level for this also. Audio recording and editing, videography and editing. All these now require computer knowledge and make use of higher end computer hardware and advanced software. Even filmmaking and editing now demands a lot of computer processing. Providing subtitles, translations, online streaming, advertisements are some examples of what all business opportunities you can look for. So this is actually a very brief intro into the vast world or universe of computer service business that I explained in this video. Hope you got some kind of information and idea about all these things. Instead of just searching for jobs elsewhere or even wasting your time on chit chats, TikToks, making reels, watching porn, etc. out of frustration and not knowing how to spend your valuable time on useful things, you can think of trying one of these jobs now itself as a freelance or part-time even while you are studying. It will definitely improve your skills, boost your confidence, lift the quality of your daily life and make your future brighter. You should also make a note that like all other fields, even computer service field is captured and governed by corporates so that you beg at them for jobs. But working under them is extremely stressful and most times it will not justify your financial requirements for the quality and quantity of time you provide to them. So freelance and self-employment is the way to go forward for Indians in future to fight against the notorious corporate world and global phenomena. Hence, we are running this series DTP Darshana in Kannada and English to educate people of Karnataka and even throughout India, giving idea on various small business opportunities. In parallel, if our channel or our shop Sri Chandanasiri Digital Prints can get some kind of promotion through this, that's a bonus for us. After this introduction episode, watch out for more videos in this series covering actual DTP services that one can find and one can do. You get an information and we make a promotion. Thank you.